Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time, racked with his good friend and true entrepreneur. That word is hard for me to say. Mr. Stratton Brand, how are you, sir?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me on, Mike.
Absolutely. So we've already had a lot of fun today. We've talked about Can Anyone Be Rich? We talked about your private jet experience and your investments in masterminds. The final one, again, came from your Instagram page. So one more time, what is your Instagram page?
At Strat Daddy.
And this one is, my goals need to be more specific. This is something I truly believe in. I think too many, and again, I've had a commission around my neck since I was 15 years old. I had to perform or get fired. At least that was the monthly stress that I lived in and became calloused to. It was the rules of the road. I do believe that lots of people have goals, but they are horribly unspecific. So when you put that post out there, was really that self-reflection, or was that more a shout out to others to step up? What was it?
It was self-reflection, dude.
Okay.
I feel like I had dog shit goals, right? They're really broad, but then if you don't know what it looks like, how are you going to get there?
Exactly.
And as you think you're being specific, but not specific enough to where now I've narrowed one of my goals down to where I'm going to make $2 million with 2 employees next year in one of our businesses. And then I need to keep getting more and more and more specific, so I know exactly what it looks like, so I can build it and I can know the scalability of it. And that way it's just a plan now, right? And then like, okay, just put more fuel on the fire.
Yeah.
But it's taken a while for me just to grow and learn and think like that. Right. But even if you're doing commission sales, right? So like, what is the average deal size you need to do in order for you to make $100,000 a year? That's where I'd start. How many hours a day do you need to work? Like, and completely back work it.
Yes. Yeah.
And that will help you out a lot. And yes, it's hard for me now to back work things when I'm doing bigger goals, right? Like we can do like business models and stuff like that, but I still just need to get a lot more specific and have like, why do I want to do it too? Like all these other things that psychologically, why do you want financial freedom? Like if you don't know why you want it, you're just kind of running with your head cut off. Then when shit does get hard, you're like, man, fuck this.
Yeah.
Right.
I get it all the time, right? I want to be a millionaire. I want financial. People say the words and they don't work backwards, Stratton. That you're absolutely right. So the last 10 years of my career, I was responsible for launching brand new software products. There's almost nothing harder in sales than launching a brand new product that no one has heard about. There's no Gartner report. There's none of these other things giving. There's just nothing.
Yeah.
I routinely, not everything didn't work. It's not like I'm 100% accurate, but I successfully turned multiple things into $100 million products from nothing. The whole goal is whatever the goal is, like first year goal, $5 million. Well, how do we do that? How many customers? What's the average price? How many meetings? How many this? How many POCs? How many this? And it all leads to how many fucking people do we need to talk to every day?
Every day to get this shit done.
Yeah, because then I can track the KPIs, key performance indicators, and I can either figure out the conversions are wrong, which does happen. Hey, 100 calls didn't lead to this, that didn't lead to this, so we adjust the conversions, or we find that you're not doing the work.
Yeah.
And in today's environment, most of you all aren't doing the work. You don't tell me you want to be financially free and then you don't do the work. Big, and I caught, who did I catch on this? One of my interviews the other day. It was a young man under 30 who I asked him, what's your financial freedom number? Right. That was my question. And he said 20 grand. And I let him have it in a nice way. If I wasn't recording, I would have dropped all kinds of F-bombs. I basically said, that's your goal. Your freedom number is how much your bills are. Folks, go add up how much you spend every month. And here's a hint. It's not 5 grand. It's not 10 grand. It's not 15 grand. It is some number like $4,318.33. It is some specific number. That's goal number one. The goal is not 20 grand because you heard some stupid social media person say 20 grand or 50 grand or 100 grand. Those numbers are great after you get freedom. It doesn't start here. It's mind-boggling how many people say things because they hear other people say them, but it's not theirs. And when it's not yours, you let it go. You don't own it. You're not responsible for it. So I have a particular passion for this one.
You gotta own it, and then that way you can visualize it, right? What does it look like? How are you how are you going to do it? How's it going to change your life?
Mhm.
I think the why you're doing it too is right. If
Well,
you don't,
here, you know, the biggest thing for me when you own it, when you own something, when I owned launching a product from 0 to 5 million and I failed, it hurts my soul.
bro,
If you don't own it, it doesn't hurt. Ah, no big deal. Ah, 20 grand's not a big deal anyway. Blah, blah, blah. Those social media people. If you don't freaking own it in your soul, it won't hurt when you miss. Some of my worst days were days I missed because I owned that shit. I've been working on it for 365 days a year and we missed. I own that. That's the big difference. If you don't own a miss, what are you freaking doing?
right? And then you can actually start going into your day with intention.
Yeah.
I used to think that shit was stupid, like intention. Like, no, like, what are you intending to do today? What are you intending to do on this goddamn phone call? Like, what is our intention? Then the intention goes right into the goal, and then you're a lot more aligned. You get, as woo-woo as this sounds, it is exactly what has to be done if you want to be a high achiever.
I did not appreciate until after I left, and I've now helped thousands of people. My superpower is I'm a hammer. Once I get focused on something, I am excited to swing the hammer again. I don't know what it is, but I'm already excited about tomorrow's interviews. I'm already excited about creating 5 brand new videos tomorrow, and I'm still in today. I've done 1,000 days in a row of daily content. I've done 5,000 videos or more already. I'm excited about the next ones. Some people drive them crazy. No. So I have a unique superpower that I was just born with. And yeah, folks, own it. Just own it. Whatever it is you want, own it.
Yeah, I think that is why I think my goals just haven't been specific enough.
Yeah.
How am I going to do it? Why am I going to do it?
Yeah, you have the end, but it's all fuzzy, right?
If it's all fuzzy, then it's easy to fall off track.
Yeah,
and then it's easy to say like, oh, a variable came in.
Yeah, something unexpected. Bullshit, unexpected. No, if you own that shit, you got to pivot, add a step, move it around. Like I remember one of the products we launched, a new product came out from somebody else that we didn't expect or didn't see. That was similar enough. It was like, shit, now we didn't think we'd have competition for 2 years. Now we got to pivot. We got to do a POC compare, and we got to do this. We got to spend money on analysis of, some other product to see what stands. Yeah, you got to own that stuff. If you don't own it, you let an excuse happen. It is the same thing with January 1 and all your weight loss goals. They'll be done by January 5th because you don't own that stuff.
Exactly. But you love Extreme Ownership, the book. I love Extreme Ownership,
God, yeah. I got it autographed. I loved it so much. I paid to go. I went to an event because he was speaking because I knew I'd get it autographed. How I spent, what did I spend? Like $2,500 going to a meeting to get an autograph.
To get an autograph.
Well, I got other stuff, but that's why I went. I got an autograph for $2,500. How sick am I? So yeah, pretty crazy stuff. So again, folks, have your goals. And again, my big pivot is you only know if it's real if you own the miss. Like if you have a weight loss goal and you miss it, if it doesn't crushes you.
Bro, but if you did everything and you missed it, then you can look at it objectively and like, okay, what do we need to change?
Yep.
And you're still in control.
Yeah, you're still in control.
I'm a control freak.
Yeah. Yeah. So crazy stuff. So I just love talking to you, man. You get me all fired up. How can people follow you?
Follow me on Instagram at StratDaddy. The Winning Move podcast is my podcast. My YouTube is Strat Brown.
Awesome, man. Thank you very much for you. Thank you for doing this Sunday morning.
Of course. Thanks for having me on, man.